Hey guys, welcome back to another video today. Today we have Ted Cruz, the senator from Texas. You all know who he is. And of course you know who the incumbent president is, Donald Trump. This is going to be a Republican primary video, so we're going to see how this works out. Pretty much Cruz was probably Trump's #1 opponent in the Republican primary back in 2016. We're going to see how a lot of this affects how Cruz would perform in 2020 based off Trump's rating and where Trump stands in the Republican Party. Number of factors need to be introduced. So, starting off with the respective home states, I think that Ted Cruz would carry the state of Texas. I believe that would be something that would be easy for him to carry, considering that he did handily carry it back in 2016, but I'd also think that Donald Trump would carry the state of New York. Completely disregard the electoral vote count. Trust me, that doesn't matter. But if you want to just look at where populations would vote, I guess that could be something a little bit helpful. But yeah, so starting off with the Northeast. So Maine, I think, would go to Ted Cruz. However, Vermont, I think, would stay with the president. New Hampshire, I think, would stay with the president. Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. All states that I think that the president would be able to hold on to. I also think that he would carry my home state of Maryland, along with Delaware and New Jersey. The reason why he gave him Maine is because he won it back in 2016, and I think that in terms of approval ratings are that high in Maine. It may not be in New Hampshire, but ask yourself, can Cruz really appeal to Northeastern voters? The only person who could really do that was Kasich, and Kasich, I believe, got second in the New Hampshire primary. West Virginia, obviously going to Donald Trump. I believe Trump would also carry the District of Columbia. I don't see Cruz being able to appeal to a lot of the moderate Republican voters there, the liberal Republicans, but I think he would narrowly carry Ohio just with the opposition in that state. Going over to Iowa, the first state, I think Iowa would go to Ted Cruz. I think it would go to him again. I think it would have a possibility of going to him. Up in Minnesota, another state that I think Ted Cruz could carry. Wisconsin, along with that. And the state of Michigan, though, I think that Trump would carry Michigan. Kasich would probably be the only one who could come close to carrying Michigan, and Pennsylvania along with that. But now we go down to Oklahoma. So Oklahoma, I think, would go to Cruz. I also think Kansas would easily go to Ted Cruz. Nebraska, he was poised to win until he dropped out. I believe Nebraska would go to Ted Cruz. Wyoming, Idaho, states that he carried back in 2016, I think Cruz would carry. Utah, he would also carry. I've decided actually that I want to fill in the states, even though they may not show, they might all have primaries. I want to fill in the states like Colorado, Nevada, North Dakota. I think Colorado would go to Ted Cruz. I also think Alaska would go to Ted Cruz. Looking at this map, we can see where areas where Donald Trump can easily gain votes. Pretty much the West Coast would go to the president. That wouldn't be that hard for him to do. But areas where he can definitely improve in, well, Hawaii, I think that one would go to the president. But I'm also considering that North Dakota going to Ted Cruz. I think that a lot of the uncommitted voters, I think they would go to Ted Cruz. South Dakota, I mean, that wasn't really that much of a contest. I think the president could narrowly carry that. Along with Montana, I also think that the president, actually with Donald Trump's current approval rating in Montana, it's a little bit iffy, but I'm thinking that Trump can hold on to it narrowly. But looking down in the South, depending on the state, I mean, I could call it safe. I could also not call it safe. Kentucky, I think Cruz would carry Kentucky. Being completely honest with you, I think that Cruz has a high possibility of carrying Kentucky. And going over to Illinois, you know, that's really contested, but I also think that Trump would carry Illinois along with Indiana. I mean, that was the one that Cruz was supposed to win, but he didn't. I think that Indiana would go to Donald Trump. But down in the South, I mean, a number of these states, Donald Trump didn't actually carry by a majority. He carried them by a plurality. So we're going to start thinking, where can Cruz make up his losses? Ultimately, I think Trump would just sweep the South, ultimately making him the next nominee. But Nevada, that would be pretty much a blowout for Trump. Arizona as well, New Mexico, Florida. I mean, the Florida Republicans really love the president. Virginia, North Carolina, these are the only contested ones, and I still think Trump would narrowly hold on to it. And Missouri, I think that Trump would carry Missouri. So final electoral map, sorry, I don't know why I said that. Final Republican primary map, you can see on your screen. If we're going by electors, Donald Trump got 398 electoral votes, Ted Cruz 140. Thank you guys for watching this video, and comment down suggestions below.